Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for a while. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about my top 10 most disappointing things in my life. So here are some things that are very disappointing to me, and I handle disappointment in a hard way, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have been through the same thing as me, and you probably didn't find it as disappointing, but then again, I handle disappointment differently. We're all different. We all have different ways of handling our disappointment. So I'm gonna get started. And if you guys have anything that you were disappointed about in your lives, let me know down in the comments below. They might be similar to mine, they might not be similar to mine. And how do you guys handle disappointment? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm just curious. So I'm going to get started. So number one on my list would have to be my English 116 class not working out for me. Now, this was a pretty hard class I took in college. And I was working really hard. I'd be staying after my program and working on my papers with the staff, and then I'd be getting kind of confused on how the paper was supposed to come out and stuff. And it was like I think the teacher just didn't write the instructions very clearly, and sometimes I'd be crying, but she was really nice about it and stuff, and then she kept suggesting to see a tutor, but I hate to say this, I refused to see a tutor because I had a bad experience with tutoring a couple years ago when I was in middle school. So a lot of you guys know that I had a bad experience, that I don't really like tutoring, because sometimes I try to do things by myself for a while because I don't want to keep having to ask for help all the time, because because then I feel like I'm depending on help all the time when I'm trying not to do it on my own. And so that's why I didn't want to get a tutor, because I wanted to try doing it on my own. Number two on my list would have to be getting a bad grade on a paper I worked so hard on. So this happened a couple years ago. I was writing this letter in English class, and I was working very, very hard on it. I kept trying. I kept staying after program to do it. So I go to a program for people who have special needs, and we go until a certain time, and I kept staying after program to do it. I even had my mom look at it one time, and I just kept trying and trying and trying to do it, and I turned it in, and then when I got the paper back a few weeks later, I was super devastated because I felt like all my hard work just went to nowhere. And I was so upset. But I did manage to cheer myself by watching Beauty and the Beast. Number three on my list would have to be missing my first year of middle school. So a lot of you guys know, if you watch my channel, you know that I missed my first year of middle school because I had to go through chemotherapy. This was super hard for me because I couldn't be with my friends. I couldn't see my friends. And it was just really hard because I was used to being at school and then having a schedule and seeing all of my friends and being around them all the time. And that's what I really liked. Really, that's what I loved doing, is being at school and being with my friends. And it was just super hard not being able to see my friends and not being able to have them around, and it was sad for me. Number four on my list had to be my English 118 class not working out for me. Now, this was another class I took. I took this my third year in college, and did all the assignments he had, but the only downfall was sometimes the instructions weren't very clear when he put them down, and it was really hard for me to understand his instructions, and he made it just hard for me to understand what his instructions were and stuff. And I'd be following the paper. One time I accidentally did the wrong assignment because I got confused, because I think either I wrote it in the wrong place, or he probably just put it up on the classroom wrong or something. I'm not sure what happened. It was a long time ago. And then I told you guys this is the same class that I had that paper for, that I worked really hard on, and I didn't get a good grade. Okay, so I felt like no matter how hard I was trying, it just wasn't working out. Number 5 on my list would have to be my first order from We Are Knitters. So, I do have a video actually of me telling that story of how I tried to order from We Are Knitters, and I'll link that down below if you haven't seen that already. So, last year, a lot of you guys know this story. Last year, I went to order from this website called We Are Knitters because I heard so many people rave about it on YouTube, and I wanted to try it out. And so I went to order from them, but the people that weren't as helpful as I expected, I thought they were going to be because I got stuck on their website for like 4 hours while trying to place an order. And then another time, I went to order on my cell phone, but my debit card was declined. And I canceled my account and everything from that, and I was so mad at them, and I thought they weren't very helpful. But they were very polite through email. I did send them an apology saying I'm sorry for my anger towards you, blah 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 blah, and they were very polite and apologetic. And then I tried ordering them from again a few months ago, but then it just wasn't working out because my debit card because it wasn't actually their site that was doing this. It actually was my debit card because my debit card was blocked, and I do have a whole story on this, and I'll link those videos down below. Was blocked on their site because it was in another country. So I felt kind of bad that I made an angry video on them, and if any of you guys saw that, I'm super sorry if I offended anybody, but I wasn't trying to be offensive. I was just frustrated. And I'll link those 2 videos down below. Number 6 on my list would have to be spending my 13th birthday in the hospital. So a lot of you guys know this story, that I was in the hospital when I had my 13th birthday because I was going through chemo at the time. And I was supposed to have my birthday party on the 12th of October, which is my actual birthday. And I was supposed to have a pottery painting party with all my friends and stuff, but because I got stuck in the hospital, I couldn't do the party that day because my counts weren't very high. So we ended up having a small party in the hospital for me, which was very sweet. I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't my actual birthday party, but honestly, it was just worth seeing all my family and friends. Number 7 on my list has to be missing my sister's uncle's wedding. So my sister's uncle got married while I was going through chemo and stuff, and this was when he was also my uncle too. And I was super excited because he was getting married, and I wanted to go to his wedding so bad. But because of my counts, I ended up not being able to go and stuff. So my stepdad at the time went with my mom stayed home with me and my brother and sister. Yeah, I don't know why my brother and sister didn't go. It was just my stepdad at the time. He just went. And I was super disappointed because I was looking forward to going to the wedding because I love weddings because they're super fun. But I didn't get to go because of the because of my chemo counts. Number 8 on my list would have to be missing my best friend's birthday party. So a couple years ago when I was in the 8th grade, my best friend had a slumber party and she wanted me to come so bad, and it was her birthday, and I was gonna go, but I had to go camping the weekend of her birthday party, so her parents were kind enough to move it for me, but I accidentally moved it to Memorial Day when I was already going on a camping trip that weekend, and I was super disappointed because I really wanted to go to her birthday party because I didn't really know we were going camping that week until my mom told me. And I was like, can I just stay home, blah, blah, blah. She goes, no one's going to watch you, blah, 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 blah. And I couldn't stay with my friend because they didn't have enough money for me to stay with them for the weekend, and which is sad. And so I called them and told them I couldn't be able to make it, and I felt really bad. So I made it up to her by spending the night at her house because she did that with me. She missed my birthday party, so she made it up by spending the night at my house. Number 9 on my list would have to be not being able to go to school and see my friends while I was going through chemo. So this was very hard for me because I loved being around a lot of my friends and stuff because I really enjoyed their company. I enjoyed being around them, and they always made me happy, especially one of my very good friends who made me laugh a lot. And it was very hard for me not being able to see them. Well, I only got to see one of my best friends, because she came over a lot after school because her mom would be working, and she needed a place to be because she didn't want to be home all by herself or something, so she would hang out at my house after school with me when she was done, and that was the only friend I think pretty much I got to see besides my other friend who lives in another city. And so I only got to see 2 of my friends, and it made me sad not seeing the rest. Number 10 on my list would have to be my best friend's birthday party getting canceled. So this happened a couple years ago. Again, this was when I was going through chemo. I was supposed to go to my best friend's birthday party, and she was looking forward to having her birthday party, and she worked really hard to have a birthday party, and she planned it out and everything, and she did an awesome job, but sadly she had to get it canceled because of her grades in school. They weren't very good as her parents expected, so her parents canceled her birthday party, and I was very disappointed because I was so excited to go because I wanted to go, but we had to make sure my counts were high at that time so I could go to the birthday party because I wasn't really allowed to go to birthday parties when my counts were low, or out of the house when my chemo counts were low. Okay, so those are my top 10 most disappointing things in my life. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for a while, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!